winter fades over Philadelphia, the city grows quiet, like it's holding its breath. But in February of 1957, the silence was broken by a discovery that would haunt America for decades. This is the story of a little boy who had no name and a mystery that refused to die. Welcome, nerds, to the Hollow Hour. It was a cold afternoon, February 25th, 1957. A young man was walking through the brush near Susquehanna Road in Fox Chase, a quiet neighborhood in Philadelphia. He wasn't supposed to be there. He was checking his muskrat traps, hidden deep in the woods. But what he found that day wasn't an animal. Among the trash and broken branches, there was a cardboard box, the kind used to ship bassinets from a department store. And inside that box was the body of a little boy. He was wrapped in a plaid blanket, naked and bruised. No one knew his name. No one came to claim him. Investigators guessed he was around 4 to 6 years old. His hair had been crudely cut, maybe after death. There were small scars across his body, the kind you'd get from old surgeries or injuries. But there was no sign of who he was or how he'd ended up alone in that box. The only clues were the box itself, the blanket, and the haunting expression still frozen on the boy's face. Peaceful, almost as if he were sleeping. Police believed solving it would be easy. It wasn't. Detectives went door to door for weeks. Hospitals, orphanages, foster homes. Every missing child record in the state was checked. Nothing. Posters with the boy's face went up across Pennsylvania. Even gas stations displayed them next to cash registers. The media called him the boy in the box. The public called him America's unknown child. Thousands of leads poured in, but everyone ended in disappointment. The boy simply didn't exist in any system. Then came the theories. Some said he was the child of traveling carnival workers who moved from town to town. Others whispered he might have escaped a violent home and never made it far. Years later, one story claimed a woman named Martha had confessed her mother bought the boy from his biological parents and kept him captive and killed him accidentally, but her account couldn't be proven. And there was no physical evidence to back it up. So again, the case went cold. The boy was buried in a small cemetery in Philadelphia. His tombstone read, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." Over the years, detectives would visit on their own birthdays or holidays, unable to forget him. Even as technology advanced, the case stayed frozen in time. That is, until 2022. More than 60 years later, DNA technology gave investigators one last shot. They exhumed the boy's remains and built a complete DNA profile, cross-referencing it with modern genealogy databases. And finally, though, they found a match. His name was Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born in January 1953. He had a family, near a real one. But his childhood was marked by tragedy and neglect. Authorities identified his parents, both long deceased. But even now, no one has been charged. The mystery wasn't completely solved, but for the first time in 65 years, the boy in the box had a name. His grave was updated. It now reads, Joseph Augustus Zarelli, America's unknown child, 1953 to 1957. For the detectives who spent their lives chasing his story, it was the closest thing to peace they'd ever get. But still, one question lingers. Why did no one ever come forward? Maybe the truth was buried long ago, or maybe some secrets are meant to stay hidden in the hollow hours of America. If this story made your skin crawl, there are more mysteries waiting to be told. Subscribe to The Hollow Hour and join us. where silence always has a story.